Welcome to our VirtuaLaw legal analysis series. In today's episode, we will discuss the meaning, application and sample case of Doctrine of Constructive Trust. Let's dive right into it. In the Philippines, the doctrine of constructive trust is a legal principle used to address situations where someone holds property or assets under circumstances that would make it unfair or unjust for them to keep those assets as their own. It is an equitable remedy that is often invoked to prevent unjust enrichment and to provide relief to individuals whose rights have been violated. Meaning: a constructive trust is a trust that is not created by the intention of the parties, but rather imposed by a court to rectify an unjust situation. It arises when a person holds legal title to property or assets but is under an obligation to hold and use those assets for the benefit of someone else. Essentially, the person in possession of the assets is deemed to be a trustee with an obligation to hold and manage the assets for the benefit of the true owner or beneficiary. Application. The doctrine of constructive trust can be applied in various scenarios, including 1. Fraud or misrepresentation. When someone acquires property through fraud or misrepresentation, they may be deemed to hold the property in constructive trust for the rightful owner. 2. Breach of fiduciary duty. If a person in a position of trust, for example, a trustee, agent, or guardian, improperly uses the entrusted assets for their own benefit. A constructive trust may be imposed to restore the assets to their rightful owner. 3. Unjust enrichment. When a person benefits from the property or assets of another without a legal basis for such benefit, a constructive trust may be imposed to prevent unjust enrichment. Sample case. Case: Alex, a business partner, and Carlos, a third-party investor, decide to purchase a piece of valuable land together to develop a commercial property. They pool their funds to buy the land, with the understanding that the property would be jointly owned and developed for their mutual benefit. However, unbeknownst to Carlos, Alex transfers the title of the property solely to his name and subsequently excludes Carlos from any involvement in the development project. Carlos discovers Alex's actions and realizes that he was intentionally deceived and excluded from the project, even though they initially agreed to be co-owners. In this case, Carlos can seek the imposition of a constructive trust by the court. The court may declare that Alex holds the legal title to the property in a fiduciary capacity, and he is obligated to hold and manage the property for the benefit of both parties as originally intended. The constructive trust would remedy the unjust situation by restoring the rights of Carlos as the co-owner of the property, and Alex would be required to acknowledge Carlos's ownership interest and include him in the development project. The application of the doctrine of constructive trust in the Philippines is within the discretion of the courts, and the specific facts and circumstances of each case will determine whether such a remedy is appropriate. It is essential to consult with legal professionals and consider the relevant laws and court decisions when seeking to invoke the doctrine of constructive trust. That's all for this episode. Stay tuned for more legal insights in our future episode. Remember, understanding the law helps us comprehend the intricacies of our legal system. See you next time. Like and subscribe.